Hello, and then good afternoon to everyone. Welcome back to Cafe Class. We have three questions on the board for the time being that we want to look at one after the other and then see how best we can learn one or two things for today. Now, the first question says a committee of five teachers is to be chosen from six French teachers and six music teachers. In how many ways can this be done so that the committee would consist of four French teachers, B at least one French teacher, and then C at most two music teachers? Then the second one says that if 2x squared plus xy minus 3y squared is equal to 9, we have to find the y dx at 1, 6. The last one says we should evaluate the integral from negative 1 to positive 1 of 2x plus 1 or dx. So let's get into this question real quick and then see how far we can go with this. So the first question, looking at question 1a, the committee that we are supposed to form. So the committee that we are supposed to form, how many ways can it be formed so that it contains four French teachers? So meaning that if there are four French teachers, then there should be one music teacher. That is the meaning. Four French teachers, meaning that there should be one music teacher. So if there is going to be one music teacher, then we we are going to have six. The total for the French teachers is six. So six combination four because we want four of them. So choosing four people out of six. Then we go to the music teachers. So choosing at random. We are going to choose one teacher out of the six, making the total number five. So when we add the two numbers, we are going to get a 5. But when you do 6 combination 5, it's a different thing altogether. It could mean that the number of French teachers are supposed to be 5 out of 6, which is a different interpretation you are giving to the question. So now we just do 6 combination 5 times 6 combination 1. The 6 combination 1 stands for the one music teacher that we are looking for to join the four French teachers, making the committee a 5-member committee. So we know what 6 combination 4 is going to look like. We are going to have 6 factorial over 6 minus 4 all factorial 4 factorial times 6 factorial over 6 minus 1 factorial 1 factorial. When we say factorial, you start from the number. So 6. 6 factorial means 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then you stop over there. So the same concept you are going to apply here. Now this is going to give us 2 factorial. So I can end this one as 4 factorial so that it cancels the 4 factorial down here. Same thing here, this is 5 factorial. So sorry. Now I have so I have 30 over 2, which is going to be 15 times 6. So 15 times 6, that should give us 80 if I'm not mistaken. 630. So that should give us 80. Yeah. So this is it for the a way that will consist of four French teachers. So four French teachers, and then against that of them, one music teacher, and that is going to give us 80. So here is going to be 80 ways. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, 90 ways. So here is 90 ways. My bad. 90 ways. So we have this. Okay. Now we take the B part. Now you have to be careful over here. This one says that at least one French teacher. At least one French teacher. So at least means that there could be one French teacher, there could be more than one, there could be two, there could be three, there could be four, there could be five, even there could be six French teachers. That is the meaning of at least one French teacher. Now here what we are going to do is to ask ourselves how many teachers are there altogether. So in all we have 12 of them teachers. 6 plus 6 giving us 12 teachers. How many members should be in the committee? 5. So we can have our picking 5 teachers out of 12, and then at least one of them should be a French teacher, meaning that the one which is not a French teacher would be the 6 combination. 0 means that there's no French teacher. Then we can maybe subtract that one from the total. So over here, we are going to have our 12 combination 5, which is so we had 12 factorial over 12 minus 5 all factorial 5 factorial. Now 12 times this times this. I will not worry myself to multiply. So all I did was to expand my 5 factorial, which is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then I use a 5 to cancel the 10, which goes into it 2 times, 4 goes into 8 2 times, 3 goes into 9 3 times, 2 goes into it, so 1 goes into the 2 from the cancellation of the 8 2 and 1 time. So 2 times. That is yes. So 4 here 1, 4 here 2, 2 here 1, 2 here. So this will be 1 now. Okay. Now I have 12 times 11, which would be 132. So now if I want 5 teachers out of 12 to form a 5-member committee, then there are 792 ways I can do that. But here there was an exception. And the exception was that there should be at least one French teacher. So let's check a situation where there is no French teacher. So when there is no French teacher, then it means that we are going to have 6 combination 0 because there are 6 of the French teachers. So I don't know if I'm right. Yes, I should be right with that. Okay, so 6 combination 5 means there should be, so 6 combination 4 means there are 4 different teachers, and then 6 combination 5 means that all of them are friend teachers. So if all of them are friend teachers, then it means that we have at least a friend teacher from beginning to the end. So we have 6 combination 5, which is going to give us 6 factorial. No. Yeah, so sorry. Here is going to be, so we have 6. When we choose all the 5 teachers from the French division, we are going to have 6 ways to do that. Now we take the 6 ways from the total, and then this gives us 786 ways to get at least one teacher involved. 786 ways to get at least one teacher involved. Now we look at the C part of the question, which says that at most 2 music teachers. 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 So with at most 2 music teachers simply means that the highest number of teachers you can get from the music class should be 2. We can have 0 music teachers, we can have 1, we can have 2. Then when we put all of them together, that is the number of ways that we can get it at most. So at most. Meaning that first of all, if there are 0 music teachers, then there should be 5 of the French. So if there are 0 music teachers, meaning that there should be 5 of the French teachers. And so that is going to give us this. And then 6 combination 0. So 0 factorial, I think, should give us 1. Yes, so 0 factorial, I think, should give us 0, 1. Yeah, one of them. Now we know 6 factorial to be 6 times 1. That should give us 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so this is going to give us 1, so 6. Now what happens if we have 1 music teacher? Then it means there should be 4 of the French teachers. And then this is also going to give us so 6 combination 1 for the music, and then 6 combination 4 for the French. We know 6 combination 4 from this side as 15. And then we also know 6 combination 1 as 6. This is going to give us 90 ways as well. Finally, we come to 2 music teachers, meaning that there should be 3 French. Putting this together, 6 combination 2. Now 6 combination 2 Is 6 factorial over 6 minus 2 factorial 2 factorial. So I'll come back to the top here, this side. I would come back to the first side to continue from here. So on this note, we have 6 times 5 because the 4 factorial has been taken out. Now 2 factorial is the same as 2. 3 factorial being 6. This 3. 15 times. Now we have 5 times 4, which is 20. So this should give us 300. Now, still for the at most 2 music teachers. So still for the at most 2 music teachers, we are going to have 300 plus 90, and then finally plus the 6, which is 396 ways. So we are done with the first question. Go to the second one. Now with the second question, we just rewrite now. This is an implicit function because we have x and y together, and then the way the thing has been written, it's not going to be easy to just differentiate and get your answers clear straightforward. So we've been asked to find a divided derivative at 1 6. So we are going to differentiate both of them, x and then y. So now when we differentiate y, we still have y because it's the y dx. When we differentiate y, we still have y as part of the answer. But when we differentiate the x is likely to either vanish or still be there but change in terms of the power or the value. The same thing applies to the y though, in a different instance. So when we differentiate 2x squared, we are with respect to x, we are going to get 4x. So this gives us this. Now we come to this side. We are going to apply the product rule. So first of all, we hold the x constant. When we hold x constant and differentiate y, we are going to have x plus y dx. Yes, when we hold x constant, meaning we are not differentiating x, that is what we are going to have. So we hold x constant, differentiate y, we have this. When we are done, we hold the y also constant, and then we differentiate x. Differential of x is 1, and then 1 times y will give us y. Come here, you differentiate 3y squared with respect to y using the power rule. The 2 will now multiply the 3, giving us 6y. The power reduced by 1, giving us 6y. But because it's y we are differentiating it is dy dx, the dy dx still maintains itself. When you differentiate a constant, you get 0. So we have this. Now we have to group like terms. The one with the dy dx should come to one side. The one without dy dx should also go to the other side. So we have this situation. Now we factorize dy dx out. Now we make dy dx the subject. So this is what we are having now. Then at the point 1, 6, meaning that x is equal to 1 and then y is equal to 6. So differential of this at the point 1, 6 should be equal to now minus into bracket 4 times 1, 4 plus 6, 10, minus 10 all over 1 minus 6 times 6, which is 1 minus 36. Then this now leads us to so 5 goes into 10 2 times, 5 goes into 35 7 times. So this is it for question 1 and then question 2. Question 1 was the one trying to give us headache, but I think question 2 was a bit okay for us. Now let's wrap up with question 3 whilst I prepare to bring you my second session. Yes, I have some questions as well. Second session will come soon. Third question, we are to evaluate. This is also very cheap. Somebody will say very cheap. So integrate what you have in a bracket. So we integrate, and then in integration you add 1 to the power divided by the new power, which is giving us what we have here. So this is going to be x squared plus x from -1 to +1. Substitution 1 power 2 So after integrating, I do substitution: upper limit 1, lower limit -1. I subtract the lower limit from the upper limit. 1 squared plus 1, that is 1 plus 1, 2. Then minus into bracket, -1 squared, +1 minus 1, which will be 0. So 2 minus 0 giving us 2. So this has been the first session for today. I hope you enjoyed. Today my energy is not there, but please pardon me for that. Okay, thank you.